It was Saturday morning. The sun was rising, and birds were singing outside my window. But inside, my stomach felt tight. I was nervous. Today was the day of my first cooking class. I looked at the clock. It was 8:30 a.m. The class started at 9:30. I had 1 hour left. I got out of bed and walked to the kitchen. I poured myself a glass of water and looked around. The kitchen was clean and quiet. Usually, I only made instant noodles or toast. Nothing fancy. I sat down and thought, what if I make a mistake? What if I ruin the food? What if I burn everything? But deep down, I was also excited. I had always wanted to cook real food, like pasta, soup, or maybe even cake. I just didn't know where to start. I took a deep breath and opened the drawer. There it was, my brand new apron. It was blue, soft, and still had the price tag. I smiled and cut the tag off. "This is it," I said. "Today, I become a cook." The cooking school was only 10 minutes away by bus. I stepped outside and felt the cool morning air. My hands were cold, but my heart was warm. When I reached the school, I was amazed. The building was small but beautiful. Flowers were growing near the entrance, and the windows were wide and bright. Inside, the room smelled like onions, garlic, and something sweet, maybe cookies. There were 6 cooking stations with stoves, sinks, and cutting boards. Everything looked clean and professional. "Hello." "Welcome," said a woman in a white chef's coat. "I'm Chef Maria." "You must be Alex?" "Yes, that's me," I replied. She smiled warmly. "Great. You're early. You can choose any cooking station." Other students started to arrive, a mother and her teenage son, a man with white hair and kind eyes, a shy college student, and a cheerful young couple who laughed a lot. We greeted each other politely. We were all beginners, and we were all a little nervous. Chef Maria clapped her hands. "All right, everyone. Welcome to the beginners class. Today we'll make spaghetti with homemade tomato sauce and a fresh salad." Spaghetti? I thought. I've eaten spaghetti many times, but I've never made it from scratch. We put on our aprons and washed our hands. Chef Maria showed us how to hold a knife and chop vegetables safely. "Keep your fingers curved like this," she said, "and let the knife move slowly." I picked up an onion. I peeled it and began to chop. At first, I was too slow. But after a few minutes, I started to feel more confident. "Great job, Alex," she said. "Nice even slices." I smiled. No one had ever said that to me in a kitchen before. We chopped garlic, tomatoes, and fresh basil. The smell was wonderful. I felt like I was in a restaurant. "Now," Chef Maria said, "we'll make the sauce." We poured a little olive oil into our pans. Then we added the chopped onions and garlic. The sound of sizzling filled the room. "Listen to that," Chef Maria said. "That's the sound of flavor." The garlic started to brown. I added my chopped tomatoes and stirred slowly. The sauce turned bright red. I added a pinch of salt and some basil leaves. I tasted it with a spoon. It was sweet, salty, and full of flavor. "This is real food," I said quietly to myself. The teenage boy next to me accidentally added too much salt. "Oh no," he said. Chef Maria laughed. "That's okay. Next time, add a little first. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. I smiled. Everyone was learning, just like me. Time to boil the pasta, Chef Maria announced. We filled large pots with water and placed them on the stove. Once the water boiled, we added the spaghetti noodles. Stir it often, she said. We don't want it to stick. I watched the noodles dance in the boiling water. After 10 minutes, we drained the pasta and poured the sauce over it. The smell was amazing. We mixed it well and let it sit for a moment. While waiting, we prepared the salad. We chopped lettuce, cucumbers, and cherry tomatoes. Then we added lemon juice, salt, and olive oil. The salad looked fresh and colorful. Just as we finished, Chef Maria smiled. I have a surprise, she said. We're also making a simple dessert today, chocolate-dipped strawberries. She brought out a bowl of melted chocolate and a tray of fresh strawberries. Dip the strawberries halfway, then place them on the tray, she said. It was fun and easy. I dipped each strawberry carefully. The chocolate smelled sweet and rich. Put the tray in the fridge for 10 minutes, Chef Maria said. By the time we finish lunch, dessert will be ready. We all sat down at a long table. Each person had a plate of spaghetti, a bowl of salad, and a glass of water. I took a bite of my pasta. Wow! It was warm, rich, and full of flavor. The sauce tasted fresh. The noodles were soft, but not too soft. I had made this. Me. I looked around. Everyone was smiling. This is so good, said the older man. My son cooked, the mom said proudly. Chef Maria walked around. How is it, everyone? Delicious, we all said. After the meal, we brought out the strawberries. The chocolate was hard and shiny. I took a bite. It was perfect, sweet, cold, and full of flavor. At the end of class, Chef Maria handed us recipe cards and a certificate. You did great today, she said. Cooking is like learning a new language. You just need to practice. I felt proud. I had started the day feeling scared. Now I felt confident and excited. I thanked Chef Maria and walked home in the sunshine. I couldn't wait to cook again. That evening, I told my mom, guess what? I cooked today. She laughed. You? Really? Just wait, I said. Tomorrow, you'll eat the best spaghetti of your life. Vocabulary. Cooking class, a place where people learn how to cook. Nervous, feeling a little afraid or unsure. Apron, a cloth you wear to keep clothes clean while cooking. Chopping board, a flat board for cutting food. Herbs, plants like basil or mint used to add taste. Boil, to heat a liquid until it bubbles. Chef, a person who cooks professionally. Garlic, a small, strong-smelling food used in cooking. Basil, a sweet green herb used in Italian food. Sizzle, the sound food makes when frying. Stir, to move food around with a spoon. Pinch, a small amount of something, like salt, crispy, crunchy or firm in texture. Flavor, the taste of something. Recipe, a list of steps and ingredients for cooking. Ingredient, any food item used in a recipe. Station, a place where a person works in a kitchen. Dessert, something sweet eaten after a meal. Dip, to put something into a liquid and pull it out quickly. Practice, doing something again and again to get better. Enjoyed this story? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fun and easy English stories. New beginner-level stories every week to help you learn real vocabulary and improve your listening skills. Tell us in the comments, what's the first dish you ever cooked? Did it turn out great or not so great?